After keeping quiet for more than 20 years, it looks like Jennifer Aniston might finally talk about her big split from Brad Pitt and his thing with Angelina Jolie. They were once the golden couple of Hollywood, and their breakup was huge news everywhere. Now, there's buzz that she's thinking about dropping a memoir. What kind of bombshells could Jennifer spill about the whole love triangle that had everyone hooked, after getting married, dating, or doing something else that makes them look like they can't? Now, there are so many options. Everyone is interested in you getting pregnant. This has to be driving you crazy. That's funny. Also, it's only been a few months, so that will pass. You know, the spot will be filled by someone else. Everyone was shocked when Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie were said to have slept together more than 20 years ago. He also split up with Jennifer Aniston because of that mess. All of them said it was hard to deal with the crazy media and reports, but no one told the whole story of what really happened. Aniston has never been open about her personal life, so she hasn't said much about her ex-boyfriend Brad Pitt. But recently they've been seen hanging out together at fancy parties and looking really good friends. But now there's talk that Jen might tell all. It's said that she's thinking about writing a book about how she and Brad broke up. It looks like Jen knows everything that people want to know about her relationship with Brad and why they broke up. Even more so now that Brad and Angelina are breaking up and Jen and Brad are getting back together. Leaked a source to Lifestyle. A source says Jennifer is getting ideas from her friend and former Friends co-star Matthew Perry. Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing, the book that changed everything, was written a few years before he died. And it makes her want to do better. Jen might be thinking, life is too short not to spill it now. According to the tipster, she's finally ready to spill the beans on what really happened, including stuff she's never talked about before. Jen's been in a lot of therapy to come to terms with her busted marriage to Brad and other relationships that tanked, they added. But there's way more to the story, especially about why they never had kids together. Aniston's mentioned before that there was a point when she really wanted a kid, but it just didn't happen for her, hinting at some fertility battles. She's owned up to how the constant gossip about her family plans, especially when she was hitched to Pitt and later to Justin Theroux, just made it all the more heartbreaking. Brad ended up having 6 kids with Angelina, 3 adopted and 3 biological. They met while working on Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and even though he was still hitched to Jen at the time, it looked like Brad and Angelina's love story kicked off on set. Once the news broke about his split from Jen in 2005, they didn't waste any time going public with their romance. Jen's mentioned that having kids wasn't in the cards for her, but reportedly Brad's looking to grow his family even more, as he's apparently keen on having kids with his younger girlfriend, Inez de Ramon. But here's the kicker. Brad's divorce from Angelina seems to be transcripts provided by Transcription Outsourcing, LLC. And a memoir from Jennifer would probably spill all the tea people have been dying to hear since the love triangle rocked Hollywood a decade ago. Hold up, what's Jennifer Aniston gonna dish in her memoir about how Angelina Jolie wrecked Brad Pitt and their relationship? Let's see. Aniston and Pitt met through their managers back in the mid-90s, before they even got together romantically. Aniston described Pitt as a nice dude from Missouri when they first met. He was just a regular guy. She told Rolling Stone later on that night was a breeze. We had a blast. Aniston later told Diane Sawyer, talking about how they hit it off right away. The couple kept their relationship low-key for a few months, before finally showing up together on the red carpet at the 1999 Emmy Awards. They brought a lot to the party. Transcription Outsourcing, LLC, gives you transcripts. She even said she would always make Pitt's favorite banana milkshake. There were 50,000 flowers, 4 bands, a 13-minute fireworks show, and other fancy things at their wedding. Aniston looked beautiful in a dress by Lawrence Steele made of silk and satin and beaded. The people who planned the event think it may have cost $1 million altogether. They got a lot of attention when they showed up at the 2000 Emmy Awards, just a year after their first red carpet event together. They walked the red carpet together for the first time as a married couple. Brad Pitt had a guest role on an episode of Friends in November 2001. In the Thanksgiving episode of Season 8, called The One with the Rumor, he was widely seen on screen with his wife at the time. Pitt played Will Colbert, a high school student who started a I Hate Rachel Green club. Afterward, Aniston went on and on about his guest spot, calling him wonderful. Kendall Jenner and Brad Pitt went to the Golden Globes on January 20th, 2002. At the 2002 Golden Globes, they once again turned heads with styles that went well together. Aniston's first nod came in this way. The two wore black suits that matched, and their signature blonde highlights. Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt started their own production company called Plan B Entertainment in 2002. They started this business with director Brad Gray. Aniston told The Guardian in 2004 that they kept it low-key at first because they didn't want to be seen as stars who only did small parts in movies. As soon as they thought things were going well, they were busy making 17 movies. Among them were Pitt's 2004 movie Troy and the 2005 hit Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. But when the couple split in 2005, Pitt ended up owning the company all by himself. Brad Gray stepped down to take charge at Paramount Pictures. In February 2003, Jennifer Aniston expressed doubts about whether Brad Pitt was the love of her life. In an interview with W Magazine, when the interviewer labeled Pitt as the love of her life, Aniston pushed back, saying she wasn't really into that phrase. Is he like, the love of my life? I guess you're always kind of asking yourself, is this the one? I mean, I don't know. I'm not the type to be like, oh yeah, he's the love of my life, but he's definitely a major love in my life. She said, and I know we've got something special, especially in this crazy world, in this wild, awesome, tough business we're in. It's good to have someone who's like your rock, who really gets you, like all of you. On March 25th, 2005, Jennifer Aniston took the step of filing for divorce from Brad Pitt. This came 2 months after they announced their separation. The paperwork, filed in Los Angeles Superior Court, pointed to irreconcilable differences, as reported by People. Aniston also asked to go back to her maiden name, changing it from Pitt to Aniston. The divorce was all sorted out and finalized on October 2nd of that same year. In September 2005, Jennifer Aniston spoke out about the rumors swirling around her breakup with Brad Pitt. She got real and opened up in a frank interview with Vanity Fair. Aniston talked about dealing with the end of her marriage, how she felt about all the attention on Pitt's new thing with Jolie, and she basically just wanted everyone to stop dwelling on it and get on with their lives. Aniston reflected, going through something like this, it's like grieving. It's tough, facing the end of something. It really hits you deep, you know? It makes you feel things. And when you try to push away the hurt, it just makes it worse. I'm just a regular person going through all this with everyone watching. I wish it could be more private. I do my best to stay strong through it all. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to us. We promise even better content. See you soon.